This is SmorgasBorgnine with another First Impressions video. Today we're going to be taking a look at The Witcher 2, Assassins of Kings, Enhanced Edition. So it actually came out on May 17th, 2011 to Steam. It's developed by CD Projekt Red, published by CD Projekt Red and 1C Soft Club. This game is basically an action RPG, kind of similar to Skyrim. It's a third-person view. I'm going to play this with a Xbox 360 controller, although you can play with a mouse and keyboard if you prefer. This game is single-player only, and it's actually fairly long. According to Steam, I'm about 15 hours into it, and I'd say I'm roughly about halfway through. Show you some of the combat here, fighting some wraiths. Your character is called a Witcher, and he's a professional monster hunter. That's what a Witcher is. He actually carries two swords. And this is my quick menu here. He's got a silver sword for fighting monsters and a steel sword for fighting humans. He does have access to some magic. It's called signs in this game. He's also able to craft potions. It's a pretty big game mechanic here. And the current mission I'm on, I'm going to be going into this mist and dealing with basically ghosts that are having a battle. While it's transitioning here, one thing I should mention, this game does have a mature rating because of nudity and cursing, and it's well earned, so just be aware of that. Meanwhile, I have a sorceress who's attempting to help me here. She's going to basically make a protective bubble around me and take care of most of these enemies, but I'll still have to fight some wraiths. I just started here to show you the game's combat mechanics right off the bat. You have the ability to block, parry, and you can roll. You can actually even throw bombs and daggers. You can use magic. It's got several different spells. Got the fireball one I was using earlier. It's called Igni. They have some really odd names for the spells, so you pretty much have to memorize which is which. I've got a defensive one that'll basically raise my protection and let me heal faster. One that'll lay a trap on the ground that enemies can walk into. There's one that actually gives you persuasion. Just a bunch of different ones. And that's all these ones on the left are the different spells. This is the trap spell. I believe it's called Yarden. Basically place these little traps, and they're kind of hard to see with all this bright red on this battlefield here. This Quinn spell is the defensive one. And this is the bomb throwing mechanic. You hold the right bumper and it'll kind of freeze a little bit and have a little marker on the ground, and you let go to release it. Works the same for daggers as well. And your attacks, you have a light attack with X and a heavy attack with Y. Your right trigger will do your blocking. And you tap A to roll. The combat controls are actually pretty good. It's the some of the other controls are a little unresponsive, and I'll talk about that here in a second. It's got very good voice acting. The world is very beautiful, pretty detailed.
I can go
no cinematic go by first.
Death mode senses my presence.
How will I get back to Vergen?
I'll wait nearby. Hurry.
Few things that really are frustrating. And I was actually using my amulet there. It's supposed to highlight items of interest, but it doesn't always pick up on things like that. There was something I could pick up there, and it didn't highlight it. It'll normally glow orange. Also, sometimes when you kill an enemy, you'll have to wait a few seconds before you can actually search them and loot. That's kind of frustrating and annoying. But the quest markers is the main annoyance I have. Sometimes the marker just appears on the wrong spot on your mini-map. And you'll have to go to your overhead map, and usually that'll have the right one, but I can't say absolutely that it always is, because I haven't completed the game. Generally they're right, but there are times that they're just completely inaccurate for some reason. But it is a really good story so far, and a really cool world. The characters are interesting. There's a lot of good things here. It's a shame that some of the technical things are causing me to not like it as much as I otherwise would. And we're in a cinematic here. It normally doesn't take this long to search a body.
I knew it. Damn, I knew it was you. When the mist started whirling, I told the boys it's Geralt of Rivia, or my name isn't Vernon Roach. Friend of yours?
Just found him. He was already dead.
Interesting. Dressed like a Vergeni. We almost made it through the fog. What's your business here?
You do have the ability to choose your, your responses.
The antidote can't be made without a rose of remembrance. I came here to get one.
Dogs are at each other's throats, even though a bear tests their bounds. No roses bloom here, Geralt. Tell the truth.
I gave such a rose to Triss.
Still looking for your sorceress. If she came here, I'd know about it.
She's got to be here. Philippa Eilhart located her.
It seems you met the whole menagerie. Will you abandon them too when things get hot? You made your choice. Fled with the elves while Vess almost died at that Horson Laredo's house.
I refuse to explain myself, to you or anyone else.
You saved a group of thieves and bandits.
Deride them if you will, but they're ready to die side by side with the simple people of Vergen. They've got better reasons to fight than orders.
Don't you care about Voltest's death anymore?
The assassin kidnapped Triss, remember? Help me find her, and I promise I'll keep the word I gave you in the dungeons of Lavalette Castle.
I don't know why I'm doing this. Right.
He's kind of upset because I sided with another faction. You do get the option to side with either him or the other side.
I forget the gates. Believe it or not, the whorehouse is where you need to go to enter the caves. The ladies thought they'd use that passage to service the knights and nobles, but some monsters have their lairs there. If you've had your fill of whores and monsters, to the east there's a path that leads along the riverbank. That'll get you near the canteen. You'll have to sneak the rest of the way from there.
Thanks, Roach.
Hey, I'll hold you to your promise.
So depending on which side you choose, the quests will unfold differently, and you'll have different cinematics and different paths you can go through. So if I can get into some combat here real quick and show you. Yeah, this is going to highlight the unresponsive looting. See, I have to wait a few seconds before I can even see that he dropped something. Also, using that amulet, you can't do that while you're moving. You have to actually come to a full stop before that'll work. Again, it's just silly little small things that are just frustrating. Let's go ahead and show you the game's inventory system. You do have the two swords. You've got the steel sword and the silver sword. And the silver sword's just for monsters. You got your armor and trophies you can get from killing certain enemies and give you some bonuses. All your inventory selections on the left there let you sort through them real quick. You have this little quick menu here. The center is meditation, and it gives you some options, and the left are all the spells. Again, this first one is push. Second one's a trap. Third one down's the flame. Then we got the defense, and the last one's persuasion. And then all the stuff on the right's the throwing items, your projectiles. Your meditation gives you the option to do alchemy, where you can actually make your potions. Just do one real quick here. You just select the one you want to create, hit Y to create it if you have all the ingredients. You can drink them. An interesting thing they have on here is a toxicity meter. Every time you drink one, it shows how toxic it is, and you don't want it to fill that bar up. Otherwise, you're just poisoning yourself. It also prevents you from stacking them, too many of them. You go in this character menu and increase your abilities. The Witcher stuff is just basically his basic skills. Swordsmanship, you can get the ability to block, and different abilities like the whirl ability, do more damage. Alchemy makes you better at crafting the potions and gathering the plants and stuff, and the magic side lets you just make your magic stronger, and that type of thing. Go ahead and I've been trying to build up my magical abilities here. Some of these will just give them a bigger affect more than one character. Like with the ignite, the one I have now just makes a big explosion instead of just affecting one person. It can affect several enemies. So I'm gonna fix up my persuasion one. Let's go ahead and upgrade this trap one as well. Yard in there. Level 21 right now. And this one here had an option for a mutagen, and that's an item you can find that actually allows you to upgrade it a third time. Not many of them have the option for those mutagens, and again, it's something you just have to find on the ground. Okay, now anyway, here's the frustrating thing. My next quest shows I have to go through those big doors at the top of this hill, but I really don't. I'm actually going to have to go here to the right and talk to a guy inside that particular house. If you go on the map here, it'll show it too. That's me to the right there, the dark orange, and that yellow is where my marker should be. But again, it's pointing straight up those big doors for some reason. And it does this relatively often, and it's really annoying, and this dwarf city is so big and confusing. It really isn't helping anything. And again, I'm trying to use that amulet, but I have to stop. There we go. And that's when it highlights something of interest. Anyway, and here's the guy. Anyway, my final verdict on this is mixed. It's a fantastic world, great story, and good characters with excellent voice acting. It's a quality action RPG with interesting game mechanics. It does have some gratuitous and unnecessary sex, nudity, and swearing, so it's going to have a mature rating. And the unresponsive controls, bugs, and incorrect quest marks just make the experience frustrating. Anyway, I appreciate you watching my video, and please subscribe and leave me some comments. Let me know how I'm doing. Thank you.